Nick, thank you. It's no secret data centers are booming across Texas as demand for artificial intelligence continues to grow. But many folks and even some local officials say they're finding out about these massive projects and the details of those only after plans are already well underway. Here to talk about her in-depth reporting on this is Taylor Goldenstein with the Texas Tribune. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I want to back up a little bit and kind of set the scene. Why have so many data center projects set their sights on our state here in Texas?
Right, well, there are a few reasons. I mean, first of all, land. There's a great land availability in Texas. Two, we are a low regulation state, which makes it a lot easier to get started and get going faster. And three, we've had some pretty business-friendly policies, including a sales tax incentive that's helped a lot of companies come and proliferate here.
So now we know the landscape itself. We know no one is unaware that this is happening, but talk about some of your reporting. You're starting to hear some concerns about transparency from folks. Who are you hearing from and what were their primary concerns?
Right, well, we're hearing from residents across the state, that includes rural areas as well as some urban areas, from folks who are just trying to know, when are these projects coming, where are they coming, and they're particularly concerned about water and power. They don't want their areas to be drained. A lot of them are already, drought prone, and they're concerned about their electric bills going up if, new facilities come in and take up, so much power.
You also heard from some elected officials actually in cities who you might think would know exactly what's going on in their neck of the woods, but what did you hear from those folks?
Yeah, and I think this is a recurring problem in Texas where, cities have zoning authority, but counties don't. And so that means there's a lot less, if anything, that needs to come before a county. So a lot of the county officials were kind of on the same page with the locals saying, yeah, we also, haven't really received information ahead of time to even let our constituents know.
Is there a place for people to go, a centralized place, when they're seeking these types of questions and information about what's happening in their neighborhood?
Right, that's kind of the big question right now. We detail in our reporting there are many different scattered places where this information is kept. It's not like it's all private. The problem is there is no central state repository where you can find all the water information, all the power information.
I know there's been some conversation, in your article addressed it too, about how these companies are set up, sometimes using shell companies. The public filings may not just be easily readable to a layman. And so talk about how the structure of some of these companies also creates a layer of confusion.
Right, and that all goes back, they will tell you, and this is true, that when companies are citing, this is a common tactic. You don't know what you're doing yet, and you're kind of still exploring, and you want to keep it on the down low, from in the beginning. And so, like you mentioned, that's one reason why it might be hard. A person might know a data center is coming. They might want to search for, say, an air permit for emissions, but they don't necessarily know what company they name the company filed under. If there was a shell company used, or a developer's name was used instead of the actual data center operator. So it's not as easy as it seems on the surface.
What are you hearing from some of these developers about this? What was their response?
Right, they kind of got back to what I was saying earlier, that this is common practice within the industry and other industries in terms of trying to find sites, but that they're doing their best to be as transparent as possible once they know something is coming.
We know that this comes amid a lot of conversation about data centers, but particularly last week, Governor Abbott called for an audit into data centers. So what can you tell us about that audit and any other efforts on behalf of state leaders to try to increase transparency or rules when it comes to this kind of Wild West of data centers?
Yeah, I think that is the next big step. The governor said that this came out of, his frustration that data center companies were asked voluntarily by state agencies to provide that information, and a very small amount, I think less than 10%, responded, and so he's now asking for this audit.
So talk to us, what do you expect going forward? We know this will still dominate the conversation, but for folks who are the ones seeking out that information, was there anything you discovered in your reporting that you felt like folks really needed to know?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to these grassroots, Facebook groups and in-person collaborations where they're sharing information. That's going to be one way to kind of, power in numbers type of thing. But it's really a big question of, will these companies voluntarily or now under this audit provide the information?
Taylor, great reporting. It's always good to see you, and we can't wait to see what you track in the future when it comes to this issue. We know so many people are watching it.